Working with multiple files and multiple worksheets in Excel. Suppose you had a number of files you need to compare or work on interchangeably throughout one session of Excel. Of course, you're going to need to open up these files, but have you ever known how to open up more than one file at the same time instead of opening up files one file at a time? When you go to the Open dialog box, if I want to choose this file, and this file, and this file, I'm going to be clicking on one, control clicking, and so on. If I use a shift click, whatever my last active or highlighted file name was will be selected down to and including the last file that I shift clicked on. If I do a control click at this point, then it's going to skip over to select additional files. I follow through with open, and all of these files are opened up at the same time. How can you tell how many files are opened up at the same time, or how many files are actually open? You can certainly go down to your taskbar, and when you click here, you'll see how many files you have open. But there's another way. When you go to the View tab on the ribbon, and in the Window group, you'll notice Switch Windows. I happen to use this command quite a bit, and because I use it quite a bit, I'm going to add it to the Quick Access toolbar. So I right-click on the command, and then you could see this command over here called Switch Windows. When I click on the down arrow, you'll note a list of all of the files that are open for this session of Excel. And of course, I can just simply click on any one of these and take me there. What about closing multiple files? Closing all of the files at the same time so I don't have to constantly click on the X to close or use Control W as the keyboard shortcut for one file at a time. I'm going to customize my Quick Access toolbar. So when I click on the down arrow here and choose Customize, I'll go to More Commands, and we're going to add a command called Close All to our Quick Access toolbar so that when we click on it, all files will be closed. Instead of popular commands, I'm going to choose commands not in the ribbon. And when I scroll down here, I'm going to find Close All, choose Add, and when I click OK, the command for Close All is present on my Quick Access toolbar. Now, if I've made any changes to any of my spreadsheets here, you can certainly know that when I close, it's going to prompt me to save whatever file I need to. So I'll save this one and save some of these other ones here. If I want to save all, then I can follow through with it, and you'll see how all of the files are closed, but I'm still in Excel, ready for me to open up the next few files if I like. I'm going to return back to Open and choose a few files here. And once I've done that, I'll open up my files. And to remind ourselves, we can switch windows by simply clicking on the down arrow here, or you can choose to view all of the files that are currently open, each in their own little window. How do you do that? Back to the View tab on the ribbon, in the Window group, Arrange All. Tiled is the default here as the radio button, but you can choose any one of these choices here. When I click OK, all of the files are in view. I can choose to click on any one of the files here, specifically the sheet in that file, and it makes that file active, and you can tell it's active because it has the name of the file here with its minimize and close buttons as well. If I want to, I can have a new window opened up for a specific file here so that I have more than one file, more than one sheet for the file in view. So you saw me quickly close all of the other files, and I still have my on target here. I have BC, Alberta, etc. as spreadsheets down at the bottom, and suppose I want to compare a couple of spreadsheets within this file. When I go back yet again to the View tab on the ribbon, choose the Window group, this time I'm going to find New Window. And when I click on New Window, it seems like nothing has happened. But if you take a look at the name of the file on target, it has a 2 behind it. So it tells me there's actually 2 copies of this file somehow present inside of Excel. If I go to switch windows, you'll see that there's actually 2 copies of this file. Arrange all, choose tiled, for example. Okay, now I've got the 2 copies of this file side by side. And if I want to compare BC to Alberta, I simply go over to the second copy, the other copy of the spreadsheet, and I choose Alberta, and I've got BC sales and Alberta sales side by side. When I close one of these files, and let's say maximize by either double-clicking on the title here or choosing the maximize button, I only have the 1 copy of the file open right now. The best practice is to close all of the other files except for the one file that you want to work with more than one spreadsheet. Because when you return to Arrange All, you only want to have truly that file with its spreadsheets tiled or some other arrangement in view. Lastly, we're going to explore how we can group up some sheets so that we can speed up our task at hand for, let's say, something like entering, editing, or formatting. I'm going to create a whole new workbook. Control N is the keyboard shortcut for creating a new blank workbook, and you can see it's my 4th copy of the blank workbook right now. Sheet 1 is in view. What if I also want to select sheet 3? Well, we're used to control click in that it will allow us to skip over cells or file names. How about sheets? Certainly, when I do a control click onto sheet number 3, you can see that there's 2 white sheet tabs. Plus, the name of my file, book 4, haven't saved it yet, has the word group behind it in square brackets. So that tells me I've got more than one sheet selected. Why would you want to do this? Well, whatever is selected will be affected when you enter, edit, or format. In that, if I simply type in here, hello in A1, sheet 1 is going to contain hello in A1, as well as, you got it, sheet 3. You can certainly format, you can edit, whatever you would do to one spreadsheet, you can actually work with a number of sheets at the same time. So how do you ungroup if you want to have a single sheet? You can pick a spreadsheet, first of all, that's not part of the group and click on it, and automatically we will have an ungroup sheet action. Or if you've got all of the spreadsheets selected, if I do a shift click onto sheet 3, when I right click I can choose ungroup sheets, and that will ungroup all of the sheets. So to review, shift is consecutive selection, in that the middle or any of the sheets in the middle will be selected. Control click allows us to skip over sheets. When I want to ungroup, I can click on any sheet that's not part of the group, or I can right click on one of the group sheets and choose ungroup sheets.